Hey, what's up, guys? It's Luke, and thanks for coming to Luke the Gathering, my YouTube channel talking about my Magic experience. It's time for the Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms pre-release chat. I went to my local game store in Davis Cards and Games in California, and there were a lot of folks there. Actually, lots and lots. I couldn't even count. Maybe it was definitely over 20, maybe 30. I don't know. It was a lot of people, and a lot of people were into playing the new Dungeons & Dragons release from Magic the Gathering. Comes in this nifty box, really nice, cool stuff. Comes with like an actual D20, which I put in my dice bag. I'm not going to grab it now, but I got the black one, if that's what you're wondering. I think they come in different colors. I saw someone with white, some other folks with black, and I think a blue one. I'm not 100% sure. But these were fun, and we got to build decks, and I ended up building a green and white deck. I wasn't particularly happy with it, but I did get a card that I really wanted to use in the tournament. Never came out. Came close a couple times, but I guess that was like my only goal. Get this card out, never happened, so goal was not met. But let's take a look at the cards that I did get. I actually, so interestingly, this is what ended up being my deck. I took them all out of the sleeves, and it ended up being, well, it was going to be, you're seeing like a Power Word Kill here, which is a black card, and I actually had a green and white deck, and for my third game, I was actually going to switch to black, because I thought, black might be a little bit better given what I had. But I ended up getting the buy. So I got the buy. I got a free win from the buy, and I got a chance to get home early, which was fine. I don't mind that. But I kind of wanted to try and see what black would have done for me. So this is what I would have ended up with. This is not my actual deck. This is what I would have gone with for the third game. So we'll just go over this since I don't want to try to recreate the white deck. But anyways, Power Word Kill. That's a good removal. Boulette ended up being really more expensive than I liked. My deck actually, what I didn't like about my deck was it was hard to get any lands out, and I was trying to, I had some really big creatures in this deck, and creatures that cost a little bit more, and so I was definitely losing to decks that were going a little bit faster than I was. So Boulette was okay, but it never really ended up being too good. Grim Bounty. I needed more easy removal, which white didn't have for me. I'll show you what I had for removal. Wasn't that great. Inspiring Bard, again, 4 for a 3/3. Maybe I'd have one of these out, but the opponents would have like 2 cards out. That would be hard for me to deal with. Herald of Hadar, never got a chance to get going. Horde Ruler, so all the black cards here would have been in there. Wandering Troubadour, actually this would have been a great card, but my opponent knew the power of this card. I had this guy early, and whenever you play land, he gets to go in the dungeon. So if you get him early and you're playing your lands, you're going to get into the dungeon and get those bonuses a lot. He saw this guy and killed him immediately, which was a smart move because I had a bunch of lands that game in my hand, and that would have been great. Didn't work out. Boulette again. The Prosperous Innkeeper. Awesome to get those tokens, and when creatures come in, you get tokens. I only saw him in one game, and that was disappointing. Circle of the Moon Druid. Interesting that happened to this guy. He's a 2/4, but when it's my turn, he's a 4/2. So the guy put a Precipitous Drop on him on his turn, 2/4, and on my turn, he died. Because he's a -2/-2 with the Precipitous Drop. And so that was too bad for the Circle of the Moon Druid. That was kind of a funny thing we saw. This card was great, the Lair of the Hydra. This reminds me a lot of some of the cards in Strixhaven where you get like a big land creature, like Leyline Invocation. This is really cool. I really like this one where you can just get a big giant green Hydra monster creature from this. That's really sweet. Maybe my favorite card from what I've gotten. Eyes of the Beholder would have been removal that I got. Baleful Beholder, again, really expensive, but big creatures. Ranger class. This was the promo card I got. And I thought, wow, this is going to really do well for me. It didn't do a whole lot because I had a hard time getting creatures out. That was the sad thing. Gives you a wolf right away, and of course, when my opponent saw this, they would be taking this out. Like, this got taken out quite often when I was playing it, which made a lot of sense. Now, this is the crazy card. I wanted to play the Tarrasque. It costs 9 to come out, but when it does come out, it has haste and ward 10. And that's nuts. And whenever Tarrasque attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. So that's pretty crazy. 10-10. It's going to pretty much beat almost everybody. But I never got him out. That was really sad. I really wanted to get him at least once. You know, you get a card like this. You just kind of want to have fun with it. Never happened. But that would have been fun. Neverwinter Dryad. It's just that. Direwolf Prowler. Nothing really crazy. Otherwise, I wish I had more of this guy. Underdark Basilisk. You know, the death touch is just really amazing. And in my second game, I had a bunch of my opponent had a bunch of death touch guys. So, you know, when I had my creatures out, they have their death touch guys, and, you know, that just ruins your day a little bit, especially when your creatures cost more. For example, like a Direwolf Prowler costs 2 and a green, and their death touch guy costs, just 2 converted mana cost. Same thing with the Sylvan Shepherd. Same thing with Boulette. That's the one that I was like, ugh, 4, right? This guy's gonna get killed by someone that just had death touch that cost them, 2 mana. So that was unfortunate. So I never really got any value out of the cards. And speaking of slow, this deck was very slow. Like you saw, the only guy that would kind of get me some land was the Neverwinter Dryad. I'd have to spend 2 just to sack him to get a basic forest. And so it was pretty difficult. I think I played with 18 lands in this deck, but it just wasn't happening for me. Things just did not go right. The Tarrasque, like the one game I had a lot of land, I couldn't get the Tarrasque out, and then I had very little land, and then they just overwhelmed me with their smaller creatures. So that's kind of the story of the tournament, which is fine. These things happen. But yeah, I think my favorite card overall must have been the Lair of the Hydra. And then the Ranger class is something I really wanted to do better for me, and I think it could have who knows. And then the Tarrasque. I liked the Tarrasque. I just think a big, dumb dinosaur, a lot of fun to play with. Let's take a look at some of the other rares I could have possibly had. Let's see. In red, we had Zorn. So this guy makes tokens. I didn't have a lot of great red cards. I actually like playing red quite a lot, especially red I feel like is a more beginners, players color. Very straightforward color. It would have been cool to have Zorn in there, but nope, didn't play him. Bard class, I don't like in limited. I feel like, you need legendary creatures and legendary spells. And I just thought, you're not going to use this in limited. This I used, Teleportation Circle, when I was playing white. I did like this quite a bit. It was really cool. It's an enchantment, and at the beginning and end step, you can exile a target artifact or creature and then return it to the battlefield. So you can get a lot of triggers off that way. That was a lot of fun. I didn't use that too much. I did use Spoils of the Hunt. I don't know why that card is there. And I'll just flip through some of the other cards I got. I forget what else came in here. Oh, these were the white cards I had. I should have just went with black right away. Blue was also something I was considering going with. We had some cool blue cards as well. This would have been a nice card to draw. Fly is also really nice. Ray of Frost to freeze folks. Same thing with Scion of Stygia. Oh, the Delver's Torch. I was thinking I'd be going into the dungeon more. That didn't really happen. Planner Ally. Half-Elf Monk did a lot of work for me. So this was actually an all-star in one of the games. Kept me in the game for a long time. Long time. But, I don't know. Here's the red. We had a red dragon. That would have been nice to use. We had the Fireball. That's actually not too bad either, but it can damage yourself. Dragon's Fire, one of the best. Maybe I could have used red. I was looking for some specific red cards, and I didn't see them. But this is what I got. Oh, we also had this Grizzleaxe Illithid Scholar. And oh, this was my white removal. I had 2 of these. So I was like, oh, I can trap them in this thing. It only cost 3, so it was a little bit cheaper than like a Grim Bounty or something. But I rarely saw these in my hands, so I didn't really get a chance to use them too much. But that was it. That was the tournament. I didn't win any of my games versus actual people. I did win against 0 people because I was on the bye on the last turn. Ended up going home early, which again was fine with me. I got to open up a full box of Adventures in the Forgotten Realms as what was that? It's the set booster. Yeah, set booster, which is on the channel already. So check that out. It looks like I had to go green. I felt like I had to go green with especially with these 3 cards. I felt like, I had to go green. It had to go fun, right? Tarrasque, fun card. Had to play it. Well, I didn't have to play it, but I really wanted to play it. So sometimes you just go like that. But I don't know. I feel like when you go like that, you tend not to win. And that's kind of what happened. But anyways, thanks for watching. I can't wait to play some more. I can't wait till we get to draft these cards. I think that's going to be great. And hopefully you had fun if you went to a pre-release event. It was awesome. As always, going to these events is awesome. It's tons of fun. And I think there was a lot of excitement in the air playing against people. Anyways, I've rambled long enough. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you next time.